Good morning, everyone, or good day, different time zones. Well, welcome to Sugar and Spice 3, the third one. Today, I'm feeling that should take it easy. There'll be movement, but really subtle. And that's the vibe I'm getting. So, this presentation is about really, I'll show you one of the ways I create poetry. Many people think poetry are words that rhyme and you write on paper. That's certainly one form of poetry, but to me, poetry really is it's really creating in general, and it's also like the erotic. There's something bittersweet about the erotic. It's when I want something and I get it straight away. I don't know about you, but it feels like it's not as satisfying. There's something beautiful about the getting it but not getting it. It's like this Oscar Wilde quote that the greatest tragedy in life is not getting what you want. The two greatest tragedies in life is not getting what you want and getting what you want. So we're playing in that space where like we're approaching what we want but not quite getting there, and there's always that poetry is like that. Whenever I write poetry, it's never the words can't quite capture what I'm saying because words are always limited. But what's guiding the creation for me is not the words but my body, the whole body. So that's what we're gonna experiment today. Let me just close the window. It's quite noisy outside. All right, that's better. So I invite everyone to just find a comfortable place to sit or lie down or stand. And it's always good to start with the breath. So we're just gonna inhale through the nose. I'm gonna count to 4, and then we hold it for 4, and then we exhale through the nose for 4, and hold it for 4, and we just do that in a cycle. So let's do that. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Last two. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Now just breathe normally as you would. And then the next breathing one we'll do is just have your hand and then put your two fingers, the pointing finger and the middle finger, in your forehead. And then we're gonna use the thumb and the ring finger to block one side of the nose. So we're gonna start with, we're gonna use the thumb to block the right nostril. So we're gonna inhale from the left, and then we're gonna close the left nostril and exhale from the right. Now we're gonna inhale from the right, and then close it and exhale from the left. Inhale from the left, and then exhale from the right. Inhale from the right nostril, exhale from the left nostril. Inhale from the left, close that, and exhale from the right nostril. Inhale from the right, exhale from the left. Inhale from the left, exhale from the right. Inhale from the left, exhale from the right. Last two. Inhale from the left, exhale from the right. Inhale from the right, exhale from the left. And just slowly release from that. Just breathe normally. If you have water, if you want to take a sip, it's a time to do that now. Now hopefully we've settled down a bit, which should be easier for most of you because you're just starting your day. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna mention a body part, and what you're gonna do is just put your awareness on that body part. And as I do it, I'm gonna describe what I'm feeling, but yours, of course, will be different because you're a different person, you're a different place. So it's just, let's say, I say top of the head, and then just put your awareness on the top of your head and just feel what's there. And I'm gonna describe what I'm feeling, but don't let that distract you from what you're feeling. I'm just using it as an example of me feeling. And in some cases, I'll be silent. And in some cases, I'll say something just to prompt you of what's going on. All right, let's start. Just breathe in and then just breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now let's start from the top of the head. Just put your awareness on the top of your head. We'll start on the top of the head that's not yet your physical head. It's just the space above your head. Just feel what's there. I'm feeling like it's like a cold air on top of my head. I could feel like the season is changing from summer to autumn or fall, and I could feel that there's a certain coolness in the air above my head, and I'm just feeling it as it touches the scalp at the top of my head. So just feel what's there for you. Then we're gonna go down to the scalp, the skull, the top part of your skull. Just feel what's there. For me, I'm feeling like it's like little electricity moving around. It's moving around the top of my skull. It's just like it's a little bit tingly, ticklish, and a bit. Some parts are a little bit softly itchy. You know, not itchy, but there's just a sensation there of me wanting to scratch it, but not too much. That's what I'm feeling on the top of my skull. So I just feel that. And then we go, feel your face. Start with the forehead. What's the feeling there? Just feel your forehead. What are the sensations? And then feel your eyebrows. And just feel what's there on the surface or inside or even the skin underneath the eyebrows. Just feel it. For me, I'm feeling as I put attention into my eyebrows, they kind of relax. I feel like they're expanding. Now I invite you to put your attention on your temples. This part. Just feel what's there. And then your cheekbones. And feel your eyes inside the eye socket of the skull. Feel your nose, tip of the nose, the sides, the nostrils where the air enters. Feel the skin just above the lips. In my case, there's a mustache there. I'm feeling it's like a coolness. I know it's not a coolness. It's like I feel the weight of the hair on my on the that part of the upper lip. And then just feel your lips. In my case, I've just wet it a bit. I'm just feeling how smooth it is as I rub it against each other. Then feel your tongue. Where is it? My tongue, the tip of my tongue in the forward, it's touching the back the back teeth in the lower part of the teeth. And I'm just using the tongue to I'm using the tongue to just feel each tooth. on the lower. And as I'm doing that, I'm having flashbacks. So now we're gonna open it up. It may not happen for you, it may just let it happen if it does. So as I'm using my tongue to touch the back teeth, I'm having this memory of being in the dentist when I was a child, and then having this light, the dentist light shine on my face, and it's warm, and I'm feeling I want to be a good boy and be brave and not show fear, even though I could feel fear in the rest of my body, but in my face I was trying to show a brave face to this dentist woman. Quite interesting. The mixture of trying to please someone and also the fear of being of pain, the unknown, what's going to happen with this sharp instrument she's holding in her hands. I invite you to move your attention to your ears. Just feel what's there. Is there a difference between the left ear and the right ear? What sounds are you hearing? Also feel the space between the ears. Are the ears talking connected to each other or are they separate? Just feel that. I invite you to move your attention to the back of your neck and just feel the area underneath the skull, where there's like an indentation. They call it the occiput. Just feel that. Is the muscle there tight? Is it loose? What's going on there? Just feel it. Uh-huh. So I'm feeling this part of my body. I have this image, I have this body memory of lying down in this, it feels like a massage table. And then hands are touching me from the sides, and someone's giving me a massage on the scalp. And this woman is on top of me. Her legs are very soft. Her face is beautiful. Her lips are so luscious. It's interesting coming from the back of the neck because I was just being passive. Just doing all the people around me are doing all the active things. I'm just receiving. I'm just really soft. So I'm feeling surrender here at the back of my neck. It's interesting. So things may come out for you different from mine. Just let it. So the invitation here is to just let things come and let it go. So I'm letting go of that. I myself am letting go of that image or that memory, that feeling. And now we're gonna move our attention to the throat, the front of the throat. Just feel what's there. Hmm. It's quite interesting feeling. That's interesting. I feel like aggression. It's like I want to fight. I want to wear an armor and be in the battle. That's what the feeling I'm getting from this part of my body. In a real war where it's person to person. I could smell the fear. I could smell the adrenaline, smell the blood. That's what I'm feeling in this part of my body. And yeah, so the invitation here is when you do this, not to judge the feeling, is to just part of creativity is letting it come out without editing, without censoring or filtering. Because you can do that later if you decide to write this with the impressions. There's always time to edit before you publish something, but while the work is being born, just let it be born as it is. Yes, I'm feeling this like real aggression, and but not, it doesn't feel malicious. It feels like there's excellence in holding the sword and the shield and in moving my body. There's this finesse, but it's violent. It's like finesse and violence, and I'm feeling it from my throat, which is quite interesting. Hmm. Go ahead, we're gonna let it go. I invite you to move your attention to your heart area, heart center, the chest. Just feel what's there. And you can explore, move your attention from different parts of it, the center of the heart, the lungs, shoulder blades, the arms. It's in that level. You can feel the surface in front, surface at the back. You can feel what's going on inside the heart area, the chest area, and just feel what putting your attention in this part of your body, what does it bring to you? It could be anything. It could be images, it could be feelings, it could be words, it could be sounds. Just feel it and let things come. Allow them to bubble up, allow them to occupy space in your consciousness. Allow them to change too. Sometimes they may come out different and then change as you continue to put attention on them. With me, I'm feeling this, it's like levity, it's like feeling like this area is so light that it will make me float. It's like, it feels like a hot air balloon, but it's not spherical, it's horizontal. It's light as air, lighter than air, and it's making me float up. I could also feel parts in the middle are heavy. They're like they're like, it feels like pellets of lead, small. It's weighing down the whole thing. It's interesting. But the whole thing is still light, but there's parts that's really heavy, but they're quite dense and acute. They're concentrated. So we're gonna move down from the heart area down to that area from your solar plexus to your tummy, that area, and at the back as well. Just feel what's there from the front, from the side, from the back, from the inside, from the surface. What is this part of your body trying to tell you? Sometimes the body whispers, and if we're too busy and we don't listen, the body will shout, and until we listen. It can be painful sometimes. But if we start listening to whispers, then we can avoid the painful shouting of our body. With me, I'm feeling this just inside the stomach area, and it's like a faint pain that's distributed. It's like a throbbing, but lightly throbbing pain. And I'm feeling it. It's like a hunger that I've been ignoring. So I'll put, like in my case, I'll put a bookmark on that, so that later tomorrow or later today or the next day I'm gonna go back and see, because that's interesting. What is this hunger? It doesn't feel like it's food. It's something else. It's yeah. So I'm gonna go back to that. So feel free to do that at any time as well. Bookmark it, and so you can go back later. And who knows, a poem or a short story or whatever can come out of that, from me going back to this hunger. What is this hunger? A hunger that's hiding under the shadow. It's not a shadow. It's under. It feels more like it's under a cloth. So the hunger is under a cloth, a smooth cloth, and it's almost revealing itself, but not quite. So it's quite interesting. It's almost like this hunger is seducing me to lift up the cloth, and but not too fast. That's the feeling. Hmm. So I'll put a bookmark on that. I invite you to move down to the pelvic area. So it's the area of your genitals, the sacrum, the sacral area, pelvic bone, that kind of area, your buttocks, glutes. I think some traditions call this the girdle, the girdle of. Well, here I've been. It's physical pain in my back. It's lower back in the sacral area, which I've never had before. So this is something new. I've never had back pain ever. It's only recently since I came back from this Tantra festival. So it's quite interesting what's going on there. It just came suddenly. So the pain in my lower back, it's like a pulling. It's like, feels like the fascia is being, it's it's taut. It's like it feels like the muscles are like, like when you have a bow and arrow and it's right before you let go so that the arrow will fly. So it's that really tight pulling, and the pulling hurts when I move because it's pulling the nerve endings into different parts. But it's the little muscles. It's the little muscles that's hurting for me, not the big ones. So I could be sitting like this and it's fine. But then when I make micro movements, it's like, oh, yeah, interesting. It's curious too that when I tense my abdominal muscles, it feels better. But if I let go, then I feel the pain. It's quite interesting. So what's there for you in your pelvic area? While we're there, let's focus, put our attention on our genitals. Let's feel what's there. For me, I'm feeling this soft warmth. It's around my balls and around my penis. It's very soothing. It's a soothing feeling. It's a gentle movement of warm, soft air. Maybe not even air. It's a bit like liquid. It's like gel. It's like a gelatinous feeling. It's just gently moving. I'm sensing that as I feel that, as I feel the gentle movement around my balls and my penis, I could feel my perineal muscles relaxing. The perineum is like, oh, now there's a bit of tension in my perineum. It quite feels like it's dense. It's very dense. So I'm gonna put a bookmark on that thing, on that difference, on that contrast between the softness in the genitals and the tightness in the perineal area. So there's something for me to see there later, to see what that is. I invite everyone to just slowly let that go. Just move your attention to your legs, the leg area down to the knees and kneecap, the back of the knees. Just feel what's there. Feel tightness in my glutes at the back. While at the same time, feeling that my legs are feels like it's submerged in icy water. It's quite interesting. Hmm. There seems to be a faint pain in my left kneecap as well. Cuts diagonally across the kneecap. Just feel that. And I'm feeling like with this feeling in my knees, I'm being called to write something about being on my knees, kneeling in front of the pews in an altar in a Catholic church and smelling the frankincense of the priest and looking at the chalice and host the bread that's been consecrated. Feeling all that from this feeling in my knees of submitting to belief without question, and feeling all the people doing the same. Feel the solemnity, the silence, the hope of the people. Feel they're struggling and there's no other way but to give it up to some form of something greater than them. I'm feeling that in my knee. Feeling the sound of the bell. It's calling everyone to come together from different walks of life, from different ages, different genders. Everyone to be silent and just receive this blessing, veneration, this respect, this holiness. It's kind I haven't been to church for a long time, but it's coming out as I put my attention in this kneecap. Yeah, I put another bookmark there. It's something for me to go back there. What's that all about? And then we let go and go to the lower leg, calf, shin, in front, and that bone that hurts when you bang it against something hard. Yeah, that sharp part of your bone. And I'm feeling my calf muscles, and I feel how much they've really worked for me. Hard working muscle. I got this image of bulls running and non-stop. Also, get from this calf, my calf muscles, I'm getting this image of Atlas carrying the world. And his calf, the world thing. Now, all right, stay a bit more. I think there's more here. Stay a bit more with, feel your calf muscles. Feel also the shape of it, the smooth, rounded shape of most people's calf muscles. It's something that it's not all Mars. There's some Venusian aspect in the shape of this part of our body. There's a certain yin beauty in it. So it's not just the air, the Aries, the Mars force, but there's also this sensuality from Venus in this part of our body. Now we come move our attention to our foot. From the ankles to the top of the feet, the toes, toenails, the Achilles heel, the arch, space between the toes, the ball, the heel and ball. Just feel that it's happening in your feet. Are you feeling what's your feet trying to tell you? Trying to tell you to run like Mercury, like Hermes, to be swift? Or is it telling you to slow down? It's telling you to ground, to feel the earth, to feel solid? Or is it being tickling feathers on the underside of your feet? Just feel what's there without judging, without filtering. All right, now I'm gonna just have a 4 deep breaths, just in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let's have one more for good. For into your nose. Go back to where we are. I'm gonna click my fingers, and that will be the invitation to come back. And when you're back, I invite you, if you're comfortable, to turn on your camera. You won't be recorded, only in the spotlight and in question and answer for the last 10 minutes or so. Explain, if you would like to. Like, curious to hear what happened to you. So anyone can just unmute themselves if they. If that works better. Yes, there are practices based on movement. Yeah. There's also dance. I think the ones I did for dance and movement are available, right, Martha, in the YouTube channel. So you could look at that, Eric. Yeah. So this is more internal because really creating is a really internal affair. Like writing, creating. So I think there's not been a great work of art that's group made. It's usually very individual, when you write something, it's a very individual affair. It's really coming from inside oneself and putting it out in the world. Then other people can participate, but that initial thing is really coming from each person, because each person is unique. Each person has that thing that they can bring to the world, you know. That's also good, you know. It might it's interesting when we enter this state, it might come in later during the day, it might come up. At least in my experience, I find it much effortless, more it's like effortless to create when I'm really relaxed. It's hard to be creative when there's a deadline. Or it can be creative for some people because it gives them a constraint. But some of the works I've done, it was just because I was so relaxed, it just came out of me and it's complete when it came out, you know? 5 to 6 minutes if anyone wants to use their voice. All right, that one who's here, and feel free to give feedback in the feedback form or message me in Discord if you have questions after this. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.
Thank you, Oliver. I think he froze at the right time. Yeah, your screen froze. So thank you so much, Oliver, for this. I think we really appreciate it because this is like early in the morning and it's a great way to connect with our body and to gently wake up. Thank you so much for everything that you do and for being who you are. You have a very special energy about you, which reminds us to come back to ourselves and to do the work that we need for ourselves as well. So yeah, thank you for doing this. So I will stop the recording and like to invite everybody to fill out the feedback form. Thank you.